Welcome back to Room 202. I'm Corbin Johnson.
And I'm Roman Bolin. And today's guest is one of my very best friends in the whole world, Ryan Sheckler's future successor, Kendrick Lamar's secret love child, Dylan Vandell, everyone.
When you're bored and have nothing to do, come on down to 202.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Dylan.
Dylan. So, Dylan, how the hell are you?
Dude, I'm doing good. Yeah. Living the dream.
Living the dream out in Bhutan.
Yeah.
What's anything new over there? Just classes and...
Yeah, so I thought I was going to take summer classes. I'm not going to. I found out that I had to sign up for it. It's a whole nother financial aid thing, which is really strange. So, I'm just going to take a break. I think it'll be good. You know,
Yeah.
Work a lot, make some money.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to take a break this summer, but I think I'm going to have to do some summer classes.
Then,
So.
Yeah, I didn't like school.
Yeah, Corbin dropped out, so...
Not my thing.
Not even in the same
I
realm.
gave it 2 weeks and then said, no, not happening.
Yeah, man. I enjoy it. It works for me, but
Yeah.
there's no point in spending money if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, this is kind of a room 202 first. Usually we ask our guests to bring in a story and we kind of tell them, but that usually is people within our mini circle here at the apartment. So it's kind of easy to go off of that because, we'll sit with each other at the table.
And we'll know the story.
And we'll know the stories. We'll be like, hey, when you come on, we should talk about this. But Dylan, I've known you for a very long time, but I decided that I wanted to do a story with you. You bring in a story, and me and Corbin have no idea. I think it'll give us the opportunity to ask some interesting questions. So without further ado, Dylan, let's do it. What do you got for us today?
So, I didn't know exactly what to bring, so I just thought I'd tell a story about skating, just because that's what's close to my heart.
Right.
So, I've always enjoyed the toughness of skating, and so I think it's really neat. Like, it's just taught me so much. I really appreciate skating. Like, I think that's one thing that's taught me the most about life, both with perseverance and toughness. But so I have a story. I was trying this A-frame ledge, which basically means they're in the shape of an A, and so it was a little bump to that. So I had a little incline. I'd ollie off that, get some air, and then hit it going down. I was just trying a 50-50, which is on both trucks. And, man, I was having a real rough go at it. The tail was all soft, so I couldn't get pop. And I actually have a video if you guys want to see it.
Yeah. We could put it in post, too.
Yeah, so what ends up happening is I pop, and because the tail was so soft, I had no control over it. And so it barely followed my feet. And so I slip on this ledge and eat some real hard shit, man. Let's see if I can find it.
Well, I've skating. I can't do that shit. I tried. I can't skateboard. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, here
Let's
it
see it.
is.
See how this.
We'll put it in post.
So it was at Rhodes. Pretty fucking funny, actually.
Oh my god. Your arm, dude.
Yeah, so I had a pretty good lump on my arm, and it's one of the hardest falls I've taken, but I got right back up and I tried it again, and it just wasn't working for that day,
Yeah, it happens, man.
Like skating, we talk a lot about perseverance and like getting it, but there are some times where you gotta let the trick go. Like, that's what's healthier for you, Like, at some point, your body just gets so tired, like, you're just hurting yourself.
That's cool.
That makes sense.
So, this was, like, maybe a few weeks afterwards. I got myself a new board and a shirt.
But no helmet.
No, dude, never.
Oh!
But I landed.
There you
So,
go. Easy.
like, why I showed you guys those clips is like I think that's so important. Like even that's such a small moment in skating. That was a couple of years ago, you know. So, but like that shows me like I can take some hard knocks, you know, and
just keep going.
Yeah, and I'm fine.
Yeah,
and that's another thing is like that wasn't world shattering. I'm not. Broke,
I mean, you might hurt your arm a couple times, but in the end, you got it down.
Got it down.
And that pain is fleeting. Like I was healed by then.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, like skating, I couldn't get on the board and I could never skate. But I've always thought it was pretty cool, like those tricks and shit. They're pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So
I've always been kind of a pussy with injury, and I'm just kind of a big boy, anyways. So it's like it's always been a challenge. But hey, I can play some mean skate 3. I'll tell you what.
Skate 3.
Dude, I dark side those rails like nothing else.
Yeah. Big boys go through boards too. Like, I've met a couple of real big skaters, like 6'5".
Damn.
You know, 210 guys skating.
Biggins.
Yeah, and man, they just go through boards. Like, I was talking to one guy, and he's like, I easily go through like 4 or 5 boards a month.
Damn.
Oh my God! How does he afford it?
Well, that's the thing is he's either getting shop decks, which are about $30 or $40, which is still a lot of money.
Right.
But like pro decks can be anywhere from $60 to $80, man.
Yeah.
So
And that's just the board alone, not even trucks and wheels.
Like the wood, like so you once you buy one pair of trucks, they're usually good for ever.
Yeah.
Unless they break, which is really rare. But
Happens.
yes, it does.
So that's perfect. Our next thing we were going to talk about was skating. You talked about like what you learned from skating. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
When did you start, and like what was your motivation to start skateboarding?
So, I started skateboarding a long time ago when I was like 6. Like I remember even skating in Crocs, you know. Like, so like
skating in Crocs.
Yeah, so I was just a little fucker, and this older kid in the neighborhood kind of took me under his wing and showed me how to ollie and shit, and so
That's dope.
I never really stuck with it. Like I'd stick with it, but it just wasn't consistent enough to do anything with it. But 8th grade, my parents started going through a divorce, so they didn't have a lot of time for me. So I needed to have something to where I could go outside, get out of the house, but be able to do it by myself. So skating just seemed like the best option, and
wow.
Ever since then I haven't stopped. So
That's
pretty cool. Skating.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I think 8th grade is when I met you. When you transferred over to our junior high.
yeah.
And you just fit in with our group. All the long-haired pre-stoners, I guess.
yeah.
But damn, dude, that's a pretty, I don't know. It sounds kind of almost sad, but it's like it's nice, you know what I mean? And as a result, it probably made going through that like a lot easier.
No, honestly, like picking up that skateboard was the best thing I ever did, man. It just was. It's what I needed at the time, but I got so much more out of it than I ever thought I would. You know, because I picked it up and I was like, this should be fun, and
Just
I can
skateboard, you know.
Yeah, I can get away a little bit. Easy way to get to the store or something.
Right.
You know, like
On the way, yeah.
Shit,
You do it. Yeah.
But man, just all the lessons I've learned and the people I've met, like it's priceless. Like I wouldn't trade that community or I wouldn't trade it for anything, man.
Do you have any advice for people who are just now starting to pick up that board or want to start to skate?
Yeah, it's really hard at the beginning. You feel like you can almost do nothing. Because ollieing is like a fundamental part of skating. You can't do anything without it, and it's so hard to learn.
So
it took me a year to learn. You know, so my best advice is stick with it. You know, like you are gonna suck, but stick with it and ride it as much as you can. The more comfortable you are with just being on a board, things come to you so much easier. Like I can't tell you, like I'll skate during the summer and tricks come so easy because I'm on it every day. During the winter, it's like those tricks take forever to come because it's so few and far between, you
Mhm.
know. So, yeah, be patient with yourself, you know, and most importantly, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's really what skating's about. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, I I think that comes with any kind of physical activity that you fall in love with. I know I've talked about it before, but me personally with cross country, you start out and that shit sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. They're asking you to do only 20 minutes if that gives you any notion, you know. But by the end of those 3 months, I was doing 45 minutes of running a day.
Yeah.
So you know, definitely I would say probably easier than skateboarding in the sense that it doesn't you don't have tricks or you know movement of your feet in a certain way to perform this activity. But I mean, I guess technically you do, but it's that I would say that applies to all physical activity or really just any passion you have in your life.
Yeah.
If you really feel like you're gonna love it, that first bit's gonna suck.
Yeah.
But once you get over that hump, everything is kind of it's rocky, but it's not nearly as bad as when you started, and it gives you a deep appreciation.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to suck. Like, you can just have fun, like, pushing around, but
Mhm.
you're definitely not going to be, like, you know, step on and, oh, man, I'm getting this ollie quick, and, oh,
Mhm.
man, this kickflip's coming easy. Like,
Uh-huh.
You got time
I've
for
skated
that.
forever, man. I still miss kickflips. I still, you know, eat tons of shit. So, you know, don't pick up a skateboard if you're expecting easy. That's what I'd say. You know.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Were you looking at you, Corbin? You seemed like a scooter boy, but not like those pro scooter kids.
I had
Like,
one of those razors.
yeah,
The razors were fun.
could you bunny hop?
Oh yeah. That's
bunny
about
hop
it.
with the best of them.
Just hop up. That's about it. But things are mean to your ankles.
Yeah,
Those things will take out your ankles.
they're fucking brutal.
Ugh.
I don't know why they never put rubber guards on
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah, it's just literally like a thin piece of metal.
Yeah, it's like a serrated blade right into your fucking heel.
Ugh.
Dude, I do not like the scooter kids at the park because they'll do this one thing where they like bring the fucking scooter over
Oh,
the
yeah,
they're,
yeah,
like
yeah.
standing and like whip it around, dude. And like I'm so close to them, like they fuck up and it like
Just
comes
hits
down
you.
and hits my head, like
Yeah, that's not a.
That's a good way to get fucked.
like
Oh,
Is there like a scooter versus like skater kind of mentality, or like you guys all
Yes.
shit? Is there?
yes, absolutely, man. Like, oh my god, everywhere. I try and be nice to them because they're mostly like little kids.
Right.
Like I'm almost 20 now. I don't need to be telling some 14-year-old
Oh,
to go
yeah.
fuck himself. You know, so I kind of
Yeah,
leave it to
yeah.
the younger kids.
Yeah.
But it does get annoying, man, because they are a lot of littler kids, and
Mhm.
so they don't quite understand the etiquette to a skate park.
So
Mhm.
they're just like going and not
Yeah.
paying attention, and they're just doing their thing.
Well, yeah, and it's dangerous, man. I was at the skate park yesterday, and I was doing a kickflip down something. I about hit some kid with my board. Like, I mean, his face was 5 inches from my board, and I was like, I just told him, I was like, you need to watch out. Like, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Those damn scooters.
Those damn scooters. My brother was the scooter kid.
The scooter kids.
Oh yeah, he did the street jam in Boise like every year. And yeah, it's something else, man. So you, after we graduated, went to U of U
Yes.
in Bhutah. So I've heard you talk about this before, but I'm just interested because I'm still at home right now, just getting some of my classes done over at the community college. Corbin, you live on your own, but you're still here in Boise. So I want to ask you, Dylan, like, what are some pros and cons to leaving a place and like going somewhere that you're not really familiar with and like with people? Because you know Katie, but that's about it, right?
Yeah. And to be fair, U of U is a big Boise campus, and it's not far. So,
Right.
But still.
Wait, a Boise campus? What do you mean?
Like a lot of Boise High kids go there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a
oh,
ton of
okay.
kids from Boise down there. So I don't feel too alone.
Mm.
And, you know, I know worst case scenario, it's five hours away, you know.
Right.
So, because even now, like, I'm just up for a weekend. Like, that's nice. Some kids, they can't go back like that, you know. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's kids from Chicago and shit. Like,
Damn.
they can't
Yeah.
even go home over Thanksgiving, you know.
Mhm.
So I feel like that'd be harder, but, just with my experience, man, I'm really glad that I moved to Utah. But it's definitely hard. So I think I'll start with the cons first. I like to end more positive just because, you know, that's fresh in my mind if I do it last. But negatives, it's hard without family.
Yeah.
You that support system that you're so used to is taken away. And so you really do have to learn how to do shit on your own. And, you know, just, I mean, yeah, that's it. You really do have yourself, and sometimes that's really it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really hard.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, yeah. Ever since, like, I've been living on my own, like, shit's just been, like, I don't know how to say it, but, like, yeah, you really have to, like, grow up and, like,
Face reality.
yeah, like, get stuff going.
But, I mean, I bet there's, like, an excitement in that, too.
Oh, no, yeah, it's a lot better than living with your parents.
Right.
Yeah, but
But it does have its downfalls.
And that's a great pro, man. I mean, just freedom.
Yeah, like, if you want to leave the house, you just leave the house. Like, you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell no one where I'm at.
Mhm.
No one cares. And I come home and people treat me like I'm grown. You know?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause, you know, I've noticed that with some people staying home, like their parents are still very much like, oh, you're my baby. Like, let me know when you're coming back, and you know, like, don't be out too late.
Which has always confused me, because my parents, personally, it's like, you know, they recognize that I'm gonna be out over there soon, and so I'm treated fairly like an adult. They don't ask much of me at all, really. So.
Yeah. Well, and that's pretty good. Because even I remember when I turned 18, you know, I was kind of like, I'm an adult now. I can do whatever the fuck I want. But
Right.
I was still living with my parents, you know. My dad was like, hey, you need to be here, like, at my house Wednesdays and Thursdays, like,
Yeah.
because that's, you know, like, how we split up.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, 7:30 by the latest, and
Yeah.
it was kind of a problem. I was like, I have friends, I want to do shit, you know,
Right.
especially past 7:30. Like, I understand you want to see me, but, you know, and so now it's like none of that shit really happens. You know, it's like I'm out of the house.
Right.
Doing your own thing.
Doing your own thing. Well, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, but there's definitely some dark times, man. I had a rough winter for sure.
Yeah.
And winter's hard too, because there's no obviously the sunlight. People don't give the sun credit enough for, like, affecting your mood.
Oh yeah, like that. What is it?
Vitamin D.
No, there's like
Seasonal
a
depression.
seasonal depression.
Yeah.
That's so.
It's
real.
very real, and you just once you recognize it, it makes it a little easier. But
But yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, like, definitely once winter comes around, like, you feel more gloomy and shit.
Yeah.
But then when the sun comes out again.
You just want to do shit. And
Just go out and have
it's
fun.
nice. And it's starting to get. I mean, it's been raining a lot recently, but once we get into May, man, this shit's gonna be so nice.
Barbecues, bro.
Barbecues, hell yeah.
It's gonna be
Hell
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, moving out of state is a lot like how they talk about repotting a plant. You know how it goes into shock and you gotta kind of leave it alone. Like, just give it a little bit of water.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, they, like, go into shock.
What?
It's really traumatic for them. Not saying that was super traumatic for me, but it is. It's like it's a culture shock, man.
Right.
You're around all new people with,
Yeah.
you know, very little, like, you don't know the town. And
Yeah.
So, those first few months were a little wild, just getting acclimated, and then.
Acclimated. That's a good word.
Yeah, thank you. But you know, I'm doing really good now. Like, I was definitely depressed. Both seasonally and just normally.
Right.
And the thing is it affects everything. So for those that move out, I'd say the first year of college, like, don't judge college based on that.
Right.
Because I'm at the end of my first year, and I'm really excited.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm gonna get my own place. Like, I'm super happy. So don't judge your whole, like, that first year is really rough.
Right.
You know, so if you can get through it, fine. Like, good job. You know, but if it wasn't, like, the best year for you, don't sweat it, because it gets way better.
Right.
And everyone says, like, no one keeps friends that they met in the first year. You know, like, so you'll meet people. You'll get acclimated to the town. Like, just stick with it. But at the same time, if it's really not right for you and you know that, get the fuck out.
Right.
Who cares?
I agree 100% with that. I'm super glad I didn't go to a bigger university, just because, you know, I feel like there would be a big restriction on being able to do things like this if that were what I did.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy, that's how it played out.
It saves you a shit ton more money
Mm-hmm.
than going to big old schools.
That's true. So I have this next thing I wrote down here. I'm super excited about because I know that there's going to be some good discussion here. I have a brother who's 16. Corbin, you have a sister.
I have 2 sisters.
Oh, you have 2 sisters?
I have 2 sisters.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Gross.
Right?
And Dylan, you have a brother.
Yeah, he's 16 as well.
So I'll kind of start off here. Maybe this will jog something. I have a sibling story here. Me and my brother, I love the kid to death. I'll get along more often than not. But we're also very different, so we butt heads a lot. And I don't exactly remember how old we were, but my brother was scootering, believe it or not, and he like broke his elbow or something like that. I think it was his elbow. And so he was in like a sling for like 2 months. Maybe not 2 months. It was a while though. And then so he just barely gets out of it. The same day he gets out of his sling, me and him got in an argument, and I pushed him against a wall, and he bumped the same arm and broke the same elbow.
Really?
Oh.
And he was like, ah! And he's like screaming and crying. I was like,
damn, the same elbow right after you just got out.
And I remember one time. Oh, I have a quick good one too. One time we bought this water balloon sling where you put a water balloon in it and you drop back and then it fucking flies.
That's dope.
So I got him and his friend to hold the thing, and since I was bigger, I could bring it way back. So I brought it way back, and you know when like you stretch rubber, it starts to kind of like turn white right before.
Yeah.
I like look at and it's turning like so white, it's getting thin. I was like, oh shit, that bitch is gonna snap, and it snapped, and the rubber wrapped itself around my brother's finger and completely pulled it out of the socket.
Oh.
And he like hit the ground, and he was like, and he was like screaming. His finger was all purple and shit. I thought it was broken. I was like, what the fuck? But after like crying for 20 minutes, he was weirdly calm.
It's like, yeah, it's alright.
He's like, and his fingers all dangling off and shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, sometimes after like big hits, you're like calmer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember I was at my friend's house. This is totally not a sibling story, but I was at my friend's house and he had this little ramp, like these 2 ramps set up, you know, and luckily it was in the fucking yard, man. I can only imagine if it were like on the fucking road, right? The chip seal. And so he was like, he tried it and he almost made it, and he was like, you want to give it a go? I was like, yeah, fuck, like all you have to do is go fast, you know? Well, I didn't know you had to pull up the bike when you like
Yeah.
jump
Otherwise,
off.
it just kind of goes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
And so what I did is I just went hella fast. My front tire, I went so fast that I like pretty much cleared it, dude. But my front tire just wasn't high enough, so it hit the other side of the ramp. I flipped over and like just slid my face through the grass. He's like, "You okay?" And I got up and was fine. I felt good.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah. That was pretty. Like,
That's amazing.
but
Did you have like just like a big grass thing on your face?
oh yeah, my clothes were all fucked up. Dude.
That's so
I got
funny
home.
though.
My mom was like, "What the hell did you do?"
Oh my god! Imagine if that were concrete though.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
that
dude!
shit
I was like, I
crazy.
would have been a little toasted.
Yeah, you would have had some scarage. What about you? I know, dude. I've seen videos of you and your sister.
Is your
You, like,
sister
making
older
fun
or
of her?
younger?
Oh, my little sister. Yeah, she's actually she's a transgender.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, Devin.
Devin.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Talk a little bit about that, Corbin. What's that like?
Oh, here's what's funny about all this. So I moved out of my dad's and moved into my mom's senior year, and that's where she lives with my mom.
Mhm.
And I don't know why, but she's always had this like tomboy kind of thing going for her,
Mhm.
and I just kept telling her that she's lesbian, and she's gonna like girls, and she never she was like no, that's not me, but now she's a transgender, so
But does she like boys?
I don't know. I don't know what she likes.
Mm.
But she's all changed. But yeah, she's just one of those people I like giving shit to because they take it too serious.
Mm.
so that you can always get a reaction out of them.
Right.
And it's always a fun thing
Yeah.
to see that. Just pissing your siblings off. Because I grew up with 2 sisters, so there was no like brother for me to like
get shit on by.
Yeah, or like brother stuff around, you know. So they would play with each other, and then it was me. So I just fucking see how much I could piss them off, steal their toys and shit. Just little brothers. Stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
So they're both younger than you?
One is a year older than me.
Oh, okay.
And then the other one's like 15, I think.
Oh, so she's pretty young.
Yeah. But yeah, my older sister, we didn't do too much. I'm trying to think of something crazy. But nothing's really coming to mind right now.
Just kind of, well.
I got an example of when brother shit goes way too far.
No, yeah.
So, this is one lesson that skating taught me is how to keep my cool.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be angry little fucker. I'd get so frustrated, and I've snapped boards just out of pure anger. And I mean, I think everyone has, but like it was really bad. And I'd like yell and scream.
Just get all pissed.
Yeah, no, I remember one time out in front of my house, I was like, fuck! Like yelling, and like the neighbors would hear and shit. My dad from the backyard was like, knock it off! He was like, it was, so I used to be angry. But my brother was fucking with me. Every time I'd go to kickflip right before he'd go, huh! And so I was like, serious, stop. You know, it was starting to piss me off and get frustrated because I could not land it. He was in my head, man. And I was like, finally, man, he did it, and I hurt myself. And I was like, fuck you. And I start chasing him, and I don't know why I decided to grab a pogo stick, but I did. And I started like chasing him with it. And I got so pissed, I threw it, and it hit his ankle, like right where his Achilles is. And it was a heavy one, man. And he got all pissed, and he started like trying to wrestle me, man. And it got just real weird, and it was kind of sad. But I just threw a haymaker, man, and gave him a big old shiner. And
damn.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. I think I cried the rest of that day. I felt so bad. I was just like, I'm sorry, Brandon.
Yeah. I've had those moments too.
He was super upset, but what was really funny, my dad was pretty pissed. He was like, brothers don't do that shit. But my grandma, it was so funny. I was like, Grandma, I feel so bad. And she was like, that's what boys do.
Yeah.
Like, she did not care. Like, she was calm. She was like, whatever. He'll get over it, honey. Like, come eat a sandwich. And I was like, Grandma.
He's blind in one eye.
I remember at a barbecue, like a family barbecue, I was pissing off my cousin because he wanted to play like football with us, and I wouldn't give him the ball. And then he just comes up and sucker punches me, and then I was like, oh hell no! So I just like threw one right at him, and he like dropped. He wasn't like knocked out, but he was like maybe like he was a couple years younger than me. But like everyone like was freaking out because like he got like a bloody lip and everything. And then I just like went into my room. I was so scared because I was like, fuck, I just punched this kid, and everyone was like freaking out. But
that's so funny, bro. This is actually okay. This is a great story. So, you guys know this person. I don't want to say his last name. Hogface. You know Hogface?
Yeah.
So in elementary school, I played basketball for like 3 years. I played basketball, and
I feel like everybody did.
Yeah, I mean,
Play
yeah.
basketball in elementary school.
Yeah. Like third grade.
Yeah. See, everyone kind of was on the team. Yeah. So, because they let everyone play, I was decent as far as being fucking 12 goes.
Score.
Yeah. So I don't remember exactly what happened, but I got in an argument with this kid, and he called me like a little bitch or something like that. And I mean, I was 12, bro. So that was like, I had just barely started cussing.
Someone called you a bitch?
And someone called me a bitch. I was like, ah. So I fucking pushed him to the ground. I like swept his leg and pushed him to the ground, and he fell. And his mom came running over, and she's like, you monster. Or, whatever the fuck. So, whatever. His mom didn't end up doing anything. It was over and done with. Fucking 3 years later, my brother's on the basketball team with his younger brother.
Oh, no.
And the exact same thing happens. His brother says something to my brother, but instead, what the thing was that was different is my brother I think they were sitting or like on the sideline or something, and my brother turned and just gave him a fucking like Randy Orton. I guess that's not a good example, but fucking just a bad punch right to the face for a fucking 12-year-old.
Like bad.
And this kid like dropped and started crying. But it's the brother of the kid I pushed. I was like, we gotta fucking.
It's just meant to happen.
What the fuck is going on? You know. So.
Family Feud, dude.
I guess, man. It's fucking. I was trying to think of a reference to a family that's feuding, but I can't. I guess Romeo and Juliet, but that doesn't really apply.
The Capulas and
the what?
Montagues and
The Capulas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm behind on my sonnets, I guess.
Come on.
There's a.
Sonnets.
Here's another story about my brother. I swear to God, we like each other. So, my dad, I came down late one night when I was really young, and we were just, like, I just wasn't tired, and so we were kind of fucking around. My dad was showing me these wrestling moves, and there's one where it's called a cowboy. Face to face, you grab one arm and kind of like push the person over the leg.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, that was sick, like
Did your dad wrestle?
Yeah, I did when he was younger, and so it was funny as fuck. Braden just happened to come down, and we were pretty small. I think I was 7, so he had to be 4 at this time. And I was like, Braden, let me show you this, dude. And he was so small that when I went to like put him over my leg, instead of like kind of twisting and falling like any other normal human being, his legs came all the way up, and he fucking landed on his back, dude. He did like a full arc and just slammed, and he started crying because I just dropped him on his back, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, and I'm like oh no, I'm sorry.
Like he's dying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. All right. So.
My brother's way bigger and way more gangster now.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went over to your house, I was like, that's your fucking brother? Because he's a big kid.
Yeah, no, dude.
And he's got like dark hair and like a facial hair and shit. He looked like a grown man when I first met him.
Yeah, no, dude. He stomped some kids out like in junior high just for talking shit. Like he was at some volleyball game, and they were on the other team. And they were like, "Fuck you," like just like because he was from Hillside.
Yeah.
He's like, "You guys want to say some shit?" And one guy like came over and was like, "Yeah, my brother dropped him, man." And he said he was like putting elbows in his face, like he was just on top of him, just boom, dropping. And he said like that kid was toast, got up, ran away. His friends were like looking at Braden, and Braden was like, "You guys want some?" And they ran away, man.
That's amazing. My brother's scrappy. He's been in a lot of fights, and he's so. I remember he was in junior high, and he was telling me this. He was walking home from school, and this kid who was in high school, this fat kid, he told me, and he could tell he was in high school just because, I don't know, whatever. He was like a big fat guy. He seemed like older. He's maybe my age at the time. I was probably a sophomore in high school. And he was like, little pussy, little bitch. Because my brother, he's tall now, but he's always been kind of like a smaller set kind of kid. And so at this time, he was really tiny. And my brother just fucking, he goes, do, and punched the guy in the face like 5 times and booked it because my brother's fast as fuck. And before this guy could even fucking he was like on the ground fucking, and he's a scrap fuck.
He just
ran, bro.
No, my brother almost got robbed in 7th grade.
Really?
Yeah, he was walking this girl home, and like he said like some 20, like mid-20s guy. Like he was like he's old, man. He was like following me, and my brother was like, yeah, he like I was kind of sketched out, but he was just far behind me. All of a sudden, he ran up on me and grabbed me up by my shirt, and he was like, "Give me all your shit," basically. My brother said just. He went boom, boom, boom as hard as he could, and on his face, dude, dropped him. The guy tried to kick him, but my brother just ran.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like
that's scary, bro.
That's scary.
Yeah, and it was impressive. Like at 13, I don't think I would have done that.
At 13, you did that?
Yeah.
Damn.
No,
I would have been like 8.
I would have. Yeah, I straight would have gotten robbed.
I probably would have started crying.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
Please.
Yeah. No, and so my brother, like, he was kind of shook, but he wasn't like too bad, and he just stomped him out, man. And
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
like, yeah, that kid's so tough, man. It's insane. Like,
Hey.
There's just some tough people out
Yeah, for real. I don't know that I just try and avoid conflict. Maybe I don't know my ability, but
I'm not saying that I'm not tough, but
right. No, of course.
I definitely wasn't that tough at 13.
Right, exactly. So, dude, let's do a little junk hunk. Fuck
Some
it.
junk hunk? Good move.
So, let me think. I like to base it off of what we were just talking about. So let's do, fighting. Let's just do fucking fighting.
Fighting.
So think of a word, both of you, that is in association with fighting.
Okay. What if we think of the same word? Do we have to do it twice? Like.
Yeah, but usually, that, I don't know. Or I guess we could just do, it's just like the two. It's like punch, punch. I don't know.
What's a punch?
So-
I want to think of something saucy. Let's see. Fighting. There's.
You have anything, Corbin?
Got it. I got
Okay.
something saucy. You got yours?
Shit, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Blood.
Primal.
Primal Blood.
Primal Blood.
That's a good name for a band right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's a good band name.
So, let's see.
Mm.
So the
Primal
first
Blood.
result, primalism.
Primal.
Oh, it's a school of philosophy. Let's not even go there. I saw one. What about sweaty primal sex, huh?
Oh, okay. What do we got in that department? Wait, sweaty primal sex?
Yeah, that's just what that's the top, it says top definition, sweaty primal sex. Archie is addicted to sweaty primal sex. Don't wear a condom, always enjoy sweaty primal sex. Gay nuns?
Gay nuns?
Gay nuns.
Can, that's,
Can nuns be gay?
yeah,
I don't. I mean.
Are they
imagine
allowed?
Why they'd want to be.
Yeah.
they can't do anything.
Well, 'cause if they're just around other nuns.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. That's a good point. If nuns like can't have sex, like priests or nuns, like isn't sexuality kind of moot at that point?
Yeah.
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 But
so
they
it's
still
like,
get urges and desires. They can't act like they're all holier than thou and they
Yeah.
don't. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but like, why would a gay priest matter? Because he can't have sex with
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah.
So.
Oh, that's true. That is true. I think.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, other than like them saying it's a sin, but
Right.
I still feel like sexuality is.
Well,
kind
I
of a
think
moot
that
point at point.
most religious people are more against homosexuality in the sense of it being acted upon.
Which is so stupid.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Who?
It's like, yeah, be gay, but don't ever act on it.
Yeah, you can be gay, but make sure you have sex with women. It's like, what is
it's
it?
okay to be hungry, but God forbid you ever eat.
Don't eat. Yeah.
Okay, that's such a good point.
It's pretty crazy though.
Yeah. So I was just kind of browsing on Urban Dictionary, and I found something. I already know the definition too, but I think it's so fucking funny, dude. Do you know what a trucker bomb is?
No.
I don't know.
You know what that is?
Trucker bomb.
So when truckers are driving, you know, on those long distances, they can't stop and use the bathroom every fucking, you know, so they piss in jugs.
Oh.
So they fill the jug full of piss, and when they're done with it, they like throw it out the window, and it like they're on like the highway, and it just
Yeah.
explodes full of piss.
Could you imagine?
It like hits
car
cars and
behind-
shits.
Fuck. Truckers are a weird,
Subculture.
yeah, 'cause think about that. They live off gas station foods,
Uh-huh.
and they shower at gas stations,
It's just like their whole life revolves around.
being in this truck all the time. I don't know
Uh-huh.
if I could do that.
Well,
I definitely couldn't.
Yeah.
Being a truck.
It takes
You
a
make-
whole different kind of
you make
discipline.
some good money, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you just gotta sit in a truck all day and drive all night.
Yeah, it sucks.
No,
After going on that Moab trip, there's no way I could be a trucker. Like I was just sitting in that van, and I was just like, oh my god, get me home already. Sitting there for
Yeah.
that long.
No, dude, driving, like, I usually drive the whole way up to Utah. Like,
Mhm.
Katie offers. It's
Mhm.
not because she's just, I'm not like, oh, Katie never offers. It's not like that. I kind of like doing the full trip,
Yeah.
just because I don't know what it is.
I like driving. I really enjoy driving.
I like
Me too.
driving, but like being a
Well-
passenger is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah, I just take a nap if I'm a passenger.
Yeah.
Well, I like driving, and honestly, it stresses Katie out, so I figured, you
Works
know, like,
out.
yeah,
Mm.
like, it just makes sense that I drive. you
Right.
know, so,
That makes sense.
Um,
And well, I'd be stressed out too because Salt Lake City has the fucking worst drivers.
yeah, I always drive out, even if we split the trip.
Yeah.
I always drive out of Salt Lake.
the bad drivers down there.
It's
Like
awful.
in or out, I'm always there. Like I'm driving in or out of Salt Lake because the drivers are crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like shit that is offensive here, like driving wise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Does
talk-
not
let's-
apply.
No, Utah is their roads are lawless lands, man. I passed some guy because he was being an asshole.
Mhm.
He went like it was a red light and he just turned right without looking,
Mhm.
and so I had to slow down like a ton so I wouldn't hit the fucker.
Mhm.
And then as soon as he got in his lane, I was sped past him, you know. And
Yeah.
dude, and then we come to this like yellow light, turns red. 5 seconds, he blows through it at like 80, dude.
Ugh, yeah.
That's normal. And I was just like, all right, you know, like
It's ridiculous.
you do you, dog. I'll be turning on left lanes and I hit the yellow and then it turns red.
Mhm.
3 people behind me will
Just
go.
go.
Yeah.
That's
No,
ridiculous.
yeah, the other day I was coming to a stop and like a red light, and then some guy, the guy was behind me, got around me and just went past the red light. Like, there's crazy drivers out there.
Yeah.
And
That's some shit right there.
road rage. Y'all ever get road rage?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I used to say I get it really bad, but then I started watching road rage videos on like YouTube and shit. And compared to what some people do, mine isn't shit.
I don't get how people can get that mad.
Yeah, what the
Or,
fuck?
like-
Just go home.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
Oh yeah, like those people that'll follow people.
Yeah, no, I had some guy do that.
That's crazy.
No, I have some really fucking stories, man, about road rage. But so you guys know, you follow U-stick down here, and you want to turn on to left on the veterans, those 2 left turn lanes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was following this guy, and I may have been riding his ass. I don't remember. I tend to do that just because I cruise at a consistent 5 over.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah, same.
you know, it's not like I'm being aggressive.
Right.
That's how I'm cruising. And so this guy goes into the one to the right, and I just kind of peel off to the left, and he all flips me off. And I was like, that was weird. Like, I wasn't driving aggressive. That couldn't have been for me.
Mm.
And I hear him screaming back there. I'm like, man, he's really mad at someone. Man. And then he pulls off into my lane. And then I'm like, okay. And he's like screaming back there and hollering. And the lanes go, man. And so we're turning. And he actually gets into the other lane again. And I had my windows down. It was summer. He's like yelling at me. I couldn't hear him. I turned down my music because I'm like, I'm really curious what this guy has to say. He's like, fuck you, going all fast. Look how far you got. Which is kind of a fair point.
No. Yeah.
But you were going 5 over, right?
Yeah, but he was like, you're riding my ass, driving all aggressive and this. And he's like, you're holding up traffic and fuck you. And you're going to cause all this shit. And like, as he's like screaming at me, he's holding up a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, cut. You know, like,
Yeah.
But dude, then this fucking fool, he, I don't know, like, I think he was roided out, dude. He just kind of had that look to him. And I started laughing. I thought this shit was really funny. He's like, fuck you, you little kid. You think this is funny?
Sorry, I'm listening. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. But, it was just funny, man. He lost his shit a little bit. And, I mean, there's nothing you can do.
No, yeah.
Like, I'm not
Just gotta
gonna
accept
pull
that some
over. I'm not
people
gonna
are-
let him like get me out of my car.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah.
You just have to accept that some people are gonna.
There's people that like just like fight, like they want to fight. I remember this one time I was with my grandma, and these 2 people literally like, one guy was trying to turn and the other guy was like trying to turn. It was like on a road where there was like no lights or anything, but they just like were like started yelling in their car at each other, and then they both just got out, and then just fought each other, and then got back in their cars and drove off like it was nothing. But it was just like why? That's such a waste of time.
My dad told me this story about he had this friend from high school who, when he was like an adult and had kids and everything, he took like karate classes, some kind of pull up a chair, dude. Everybody, Nathan Donaldson from episode 3 is going to join us.
Right here.
Revolving door. Here, will you sit here just because I don't know that it picks it up from the back there.
What's the topic?
We're talking about just kind of road rage and shit
Road
like that.
rage right now.
We started talking about trucker piss, and now we're talking about road rage.
I love road rage.
Of course,
Shit.
of course.
There's some funny videos.
Oh, I love road rage videos.
I've had a crazy incident.
Okay, I'll let you go. I'll let you go next. I want to hear it. So, what was I? Oh, my dad knew this guy in high school. And he was with his kids. He had just taken some kind of martial arts class. I don't know if it was karate or something. And he's with his kids, and these two guys in a car are. They had some kind of. They like cut him off or something. And he was like honking at him. So they pull over and he follows them. They get out of the car, and he gets out and whoops these two guys. He busts their ass up. Two guys. He takes two guys on and whips the shit out of them.
Your dad?
No, my dad's friend.
Oh.
And he ends up like the guy broke his wrist, but he like broke one of their noses, and they like scurried off, got back in their car. And he walks back to his car, and his kids are all crying and shit. They're in the back seat like, "Ah!"
Don't worry, kids.
I've seen my dad beat some like teenager up. I was a little kid.
Really?
And like we were in Taco Bell drive-thru, and he was a like skateboarder or something. And he like went in front of our car or something. My dad got out in his face and like beat the shit out of this dude.
Damn.
I was like watching it all. I was like, he's like, we gotta go.
We got it.
No, dude, my dad, he's a big guy, and I guess he used to be a real nasty kid when he was young, man. Like, he'd tell me stories, and he was mean. But, dude, I saw him throw down recently. I was like 17, and everyone was fucking drunk. So it was like near Christmas, and we went over to one of his friend's house for a UFC fight. Everyone was so fucking drunk. It was unreal. And his friend, his name is, I won't say it, but his friend, he gets like piss his pants drunk, like every time, dude. And so he was like, my dad, he was laughing. He was like, yeah, next time he comes by the Christmas tree, I'm just going to give him a little tap, you know, and he'll fall over. Because we noticed, like, he's starting to get a little imbalanced. Yeah. And so my dad's like, I'm just going to give him a little shove, and hopefully he'll fall into his tree, and it'll be funny, you know. Sure as shit, he comes by, like, stumbling, and my dad just shoves him a little bit, falls into the tree. But instead of, like, laughing and kind of, like, being like, oh, go on, you know, like, he got up and he was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? This is for the kids, man. I don't do any of this shit for myself. It's all for the kids, and you're fucking it up. And my dad
wait,
was like,
wait. He got drunk for the kids?
No, he set up all the Christmas shit for the kids. And my dad, dude, he was just like, hey, be very careful who you talk to. Damn. So, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff.
Fucking Jeff.
So Jeff leaves, you know, and then he comes back wilding, dude. He's ripping shit off the mantle, like all that, like, tinsel, and, like, all these, like, ornaments. And he's like, this is all for the kids. Fuck you. You're doing this. And my dad was like, I'm not. You're the one freaking out.
You're literally ripping everything off.
Shit off the mantle, you know? And he was getting all into my dad's face. He's like, fuck you, Paul. And he's like, I'm going to give you one more moment. Like, seriously. Like, be very careful who you talk to. He's like, fuck you, Paul. And my dad gets up. Like, he was so whiskey drunk. It was funny. But he has his glass like this. He's sitting down, and his friend is standing up and yelling at him. Dude, my dad gets up, takes him one hand, grabs him by the neck, and throws him, dude. Damn. He's just flat on his ass. And Jeff's whole demeanor changes. He's like, what the fuck, Paul? I thought we were friends, man. What the fuck? I never do that to you. And my dad, dude, like fucking King Cobra, he was all like, fuck, and he's ripped, dude, and he's just all like blowed out and like ready to fight. He didn't spill a drop of his drink, nothing, man.
Hold up.
He just handled it.
It's like that dude from Trailer Park Boys who always has the drink in his hand.
Julian?
Yeah.
No, it was straight up like that, dude. He just put him on his ass and laid the law down.
Damn. What's your story, I wanna?
So we were house sitting in Chad's uncle's house, and I was going home, and I was leaving like it's down the bench, so it's kind of like this, like not too good of a neighborhood, but there's this, like I was just driving, and this dude cuts in front of me, and I didn't think anything of it at all, and I just went like that. I literally put my hand out like.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yes, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
And I set this motherfucker off. I set this dude off, and he like, I could see like through his window, and he was like freaking out, like looking back, like, flipping me off and shit. And, like he was screaming out the window, and I was like, what?
What are you doing?
Like, it's not even that big of a deal.
Well, yeah, and he's the one that cut you off.
Exactly. I don't even think it was big. And I start driving, and we start going, and he gets in the other lane, and he pulls up next to me. And he starts screaming at me. I roll down my window, and he's like, "You fuck with the wrong skinhead today, motherfucker!"
Yo!
Uh-oh.
Alright, so this is like serious.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
started
yeah.
driving, he's following me, tailing me.
Fuck.
And I called John, and I was like, yo, like, cause he was at the house, and I'm like, this dude's following me, and he wants some, like, the smoke. He's like, okay, let's go to Coal Valley. Like, I'll meet you there. And
Okay.
Bring him there. So we start driving there, and we get at this red light, and he's like 2 cars behind me, and he gets out.
Oh.
And he starts coming up to the car, and I was like, fuck. And the light turns green, and I just speed off. And then he starts following me, and then I eventually lost him.
That's good.
I was like showing him my phone, like, come on, keep coming, keep following me. Like, because we were going to beat the fuck out of this.
Yeah, for real.
I was ready. Like,
Yeah.
At this point,
Fuck.
I don't even care.
Right.
But
Well,
Nothing to
that's
lose,
the
man.
scary part. Is like some people like they want it.
Yeah,
It's
they look
just
for
fun.
it. Yeah.
You know, like,
it's such a simple, like,
Yes.
You didn't.
my
Yeah.
pop, like, and they flipped him out.
Mm-hmm.
yo, I'll just change the names because.
Oh, I can bleep them out. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I'll just say this girl. Let's say her name is fucking Sarah, dog.
Sarah.
Sarah. So Sarah was driving and she accidentally cut someone off.
Mm-hmm.
It was like pure accident. Sometimes it happens.
No, yeah,
Right.
of course.
But this dude lost his shit, and he follows her all the way to Hidden Springs, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's-
and she was 16 at the time.
Right.
So it's like, really, as a grown-ass man, are you gonna come out and like fight a 16-year-old girl? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is the matter with you? She called her dad, and
And you were in the car, right?
I was not.
Oh, you heard about this part?
Yeah,
Okay.
I heard about this. But she called her dad and was like, "Hey, this dude's following me around, like, wanting to like hurt me."
Uh huh.
And so he was like, "All right, we'll come to the house, you know, like just park a block down from the house, let me know."
Okay.
And so she did, and sure as shit, the dude that was following her gets out of her car, is like banging on the windows and shit. Her dad gets there, handles it, dude.
Good.
He
Hell yeah.
wiped,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good.
smeared the road with him, man.
Good.
Good, dude.
Fuck.
That's some. Why would you? It's just like it doesn't help that she's 16, but the fact that it's a 16-year-old girl,
Yeah.
like she has no chance of defending herself. Why are you even?
Yeah, like,
That's why I bet he was like, he realized that she could have been, like, she's more of a victim than she is.
Right.
Well, I mean, anyone. I was 17 when the story that I told you about with
Yeah.
the fucking roided out guy happened. It's like, if he wanted to fight me, like,
yeah, like,
I'm not gonna lie, like, he could have probably beat my ass. But
Right.
it's like, why are you gonna beat up a 16-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real.
just because they cut
Ridiculous.
you off.
Right. It doesn't fucking matter, bro.
For real.
So, I'm glad that Nathan sat in for this part because we have another Florida man segment.
Oh, jeez.
I love this shit, dude. I fucking every time I'm writing for one of these episodes, bro, I go on to the Florida Man subreddit and I just scroll through that shit and I try to find the funniest shit. So I picked this story because I thought it was like pretty insane. But what's funny is today I was on the can and I was scrolling through my Instagram feed and I saw on one of those like meme accounts, you know, that someone had posted about this article today of all days. And I was like, okay, well, fucking, I gotta bring this up.
We got it.
So we got him. So for those,
Florida's fucked.
dude, Florida, that's the thing. I don't know if we talked about this last time, but what the fuck happened to Florida, dude? I mean, I don't know.
I have
I
a sweet mate from Florida, and he's kind of weird.
really.
Yeah.
It's just like if you can. It's just I don't know. Maybe it has to do with like the whole Cuban shit
Don't
that's
blame
going
this
on.
the
Or,
Cubans, dude.
Yeah.
They
dude,
want a
those
better life.
fucking
All white
Cubans.
people fucking that shit.
Yeah, that's a
down
good
there.
point. That's a good point. I don't know,
It's
dude.
alligators and white people.
Honestly, I think
Cubans are just doing what
I think it has to do with like it's so easy to get drugs in Florida. You know what I
They
mean?
do, like,
Like
bath
stupid
salts and
easy.
shit.
Yeah. So it's like I think that probably plays a big part in it. It's also like the fucking Australia of the U.S. with the gators and shit. It's just
Yes.
like
That's true.
so.
There used to be panthers there, dude. But
Dude,
we
what
hunted
the-
them to
What?
extinction.
That's
Damn.
Dude, we don't need
insane.
no more Panthers.
Yeah, there used to be American panthers. Isn't that weird?
That's pretty dope.
That's some crazy shit. So, if
Fucking
for those of
smoke
you,
their asses.
yeah, that's-
We wet them up.
put them up. So, for those of you who don't know, RKO is a wrestling move made popular by Randy Orton. Do you know? Okay, so
Today too.
so so the best way I can describe it is in Randy Orton. He's a WWE pro wrestler, whatever. Randy Keith Orton, boys. There's this move where if someone will have like their back to you, kinda, and you'll go off the ropes or whatever, and
I never knew that.
you go in front of them and you grab their head and you jump out onto your back so that their head's on your shoulder and they fall with you and they fall on their face. So, in Miami, this teenager, let's see, how old is he? Let me just double check, see what I wrote down. So this happened on the 11th of this month.
Pretty recent. So what was that, 4 days ago? 3?
So yeah, 3 days ago. This kid got in an argument with the principal of the school. He's 18, so he's a senior, hopefully. And he got in an argument with the principal,
Right.
and he tries to RKO his fucking principal. Like, he runs up on this guy, and it doesn't really specify, but it says that it was an unsuccessful attempt. So I'd like to imagine
RKOing.
I'd like to imagine that he went up and grabbed the guy's head, and then just like the guy stood there still, and he's like hanging from his hands or whatever, landing on his ass.
I was there. Oh.
So he fucking
Oh, that shit's RKO is one of those. You gotta put your whole body into it.
yeah. If you don't do it right, you kind of fuck yourself.
You look
Yeah,
like
it's like a drop kick.
I
Why,
used to-
Yeah.
why you go with a finishing move to start?
Yeah.
I used to go around school and do it to people.
Oh yeah.
I ended up getting jail in that one pretty well.
Yeah. Oh
Bro, I think
Yeah.
the best one is fucking that part of it. I'll find it. There's a good one.
shit. Well, I'll have to throw these in
Dude.
post.
Have you seen the Jackass where they try and drop kick someone's head?
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
actually get it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. That's a good way to bust up someone's
Jackass
neck.
is-
That's insane. So this kid's a defense attorney said that it was the most insane case that he's ever dealt with.
The RKO.
But I'm like, dude, you must not have been working in Florida for very long, because
Yeah.
I could tell you right now that last week we were talking about the dude who was fucking
Putting semen.
he was
Semen.
poisoning people with his nut.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, last week we talked about this guy who was working at some restaurant and he nutted in someone's drink, and he got like a felony poisoning charge.
It's RKO right here.
Damn.
This is
Oh, this was at the old house.
bro,
this is a good RKO.
I like
This was such a fun night too.
He's like dancing and shit.
me and Corbin playing this out.
Like
Watch me in the bag slowly.
No! Ah! Oh, he broke his fucking back. Damn.
He didn't even fully fall. That was
no,
weird.
no.
He bounced
He did like a
back.
little fucking thing there. Holy shit. Yeah, so this is a crazy dude.
RKO.
I always talk about
That's what that meant.
imagine going to these high schools, dude,
Keyboard.
where these kids the World Star
I didn't know
videos
that.
of these kids who
Okay.
fight
I
their
didn't know
teachers
that.
and shit.
I didn't either.
Wait, what's that?
RKO was Randy.
Randy Keith
Or-
Orton.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that was. I thought it was just RKO. Just
Seems a little narcissistic, but okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to name a move
yeah.
after myself.
Seriously, that's badass.
The KMJ.
So we're gonna
KMG.
transition
Mine's
to-
DMV, dude.
Yeah, that's really good. That'd be a good move.
I'd like to
I
transition
just bore you to
into.
death.
Yeah.
Just sit
Sit
there.
in line.
Fuck.
Oh, this shit's funny.
That's the DMV. They need to figure that shit out and make that shit easier.
Yeah, bro. My brother, he's trying to get his license right now. He just goes to the one fucking Horseshoe Bend because there's no wait at all.
Yeah.
No, dude, bureaucratic systems suck ass.
Yeah.
Even just going through the U, I had a hold on my account for some alcohol that had been found 2 months ago. It was a really fucked situation. But anyway, to figure out who to talk to, I spent an
Yeah.
hour talking to different people on the phone.
That's
I'd be
ridiculous.
oh, you need to call him. I'd call him and he'd be like, I don't handle that. You need to call this person. Then
Yeah,
I'd call her and then she'd be like, oh no, that's actually this department, which is the first department I fucking called.
Right.
So I'm now I'm at a circle and I'm yeah, I called everyone. And now it's no one knows what the fuck to do. So.
Right. That shit's all complicated.
I don't understand
You
it,
need an
bro.
easier system.
Well, I just don't
So,
understand why make it that
Yeah,
difficult to where the workers don't understand
Dude,
what the fuck they're doing. Yeah.
I was gonna go to Boise State University. I'm saying it because they did me dirty. And I signed up for maybe 3 classes. I went to their orientation, and then I found out how fucking expensive it is to go there. They upped it.
Yeah.
So fuck it, I'll get my required classes out of the way over at fucking CWI. So I'm going to school there at CWI, and I get a fucking letter in the mail, and it's oh, you have an outstanding balance of $8,000 to a school I never fucking attended.
Fuck.
And I was like, what the hell? They're well, you signed up for these classes, and I was like, okay, well, what do I do? And they're like, well, you need to write an appeal letter. So it's fucking, my mom helped me.
So you didn't even attend these classes?
No.
Nothing. You
No.
signed up for them and they're still charging?
And here's the thing, this is what's also some bullshit. So the orientation, which you have to go to attend the school, cost like $105.
That's weird.
Our orientation, remember we went?
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
That was
fucked
pretty
around.
fun.
Dude.
Yeah.
Even
It's just
U
like-
of U's orientation isn't like that.
Yeah, it's
And
ridiculous.
if you sign up for classes, by the second week, if you don't show up, you're automatically, or if you don't pay tuition, you're just dropped.
Yeah.
Like they don't charge you. They just
It's ridiculous.
drop you from the class.
And dude, the fucking orientation sucked ass. They literally put you in a room. There was probably 12 people in my group. There was 12 people in my orientation group. There were 2 dudes. It was me and some other weird ass fucking dude. So, and then it was like a bunch of girls from Washington, California, like these
Nice.
blonde haired, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, what they do is they put you in this fucking room with all these people and they make you play these like middle school games to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this fucking sucks. We did that for like 2 hours. It was so awkward, and I was like, what the fuck? And I like walk around the campus, and like everyone who goes there is wearing like BSU gear. I'm like, what? I don't know. That's not so bad. It's just
I
like,
hate going down there.
it's just like, it's so weird,
I hate
dude.
school spirit.
Yeah, I've never liked that shit. Pretty much.
No, that's how I felt at Capitol.
Oh, 100%.
Even at the U, like
Yeah.
everyone's like, got your Utah sweatshirt. Let's
Yeah.
be like, let's go to the student section, and I'm just like, I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you guys. Like, I'm gonna do the same thing I did at Capitol. I'm gonna be at the skate park while you.
Do your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do, however, like going to restaurants with beer. I cannot wait until be 21.
Yeah. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
That shit is so fun. So many social things happen at bars.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't wait to go to like a hockey game or a baseball game when I'm 21 with like friends and just get drunk and
Yeah.
watch some sports. That'd be fun.
Hell yeah. Fucking
21 though.
21, dude. We're close.
Yo,
It's not like it's stopping us now, though.
one
Yeah.
thing I've never understood is why people get super plastered at concerts.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
I like to remember
Yeah,
my
yeah,
concerts.
no, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good point.
Because
I mean, if you get a cool buzz, it'd be
Yeah,
make
no,
it fun.
definitely, But if you're like,
well, I
getting
get that, but
shit-faced.
like, I was talking to someone and Treefort's expensive.
It's
and they
fucking
went every
stupid
day,
expensive.
And they were like, "Yeah, I was blackout the whole time." I was like, "So you don't remember anything?
Yeah.
Why even go?
You wasted
Why?
your money.
Yeah, you did. Like the whole point of it is to see and remember artists. You
Right.
know? Like if
Exactly.
you're blackout, you don't even remember if you liked the band.
Right.
Like, fuck.
My dad said he
That's
went
so
to a Pantera concert with one of his friends, and his friend just drank way too much and just fell asleep at the concert while like just took a nap in the seats and then woke up and was like, oh, this is the concert.
I do this little shithead
Damn.
That
I call him
sucks so bad.
who graduated a year before us. You guys are gonna know who it is, but I can't say his name. And he went to prom with a bunch of people his senior year, and he got so fucking drunk that they were sitting at dinner and he like threw up, and he had to like, and he was like driving. His date had to like take him
Oh.
home.
Oh.
I was like, oh my god. He's like
That's who I think it is.
Asian. Yeah.
Asian?
Yeah.
I don't know who it is.
It's.
I don't know.
Do you know? I can say his brother's name. Bob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
hate.
okay.
Send home.
Yeah. They had a
Yeah,
fucking
okay.
That's what this kid's
I
reputation.
hate that kid.
Yeah, he's a shit. I saw him get his ass beat at a party
I
one
almost
time.
beat his ass in fucking sports med with Seth. Seth was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's-
Fuck.
Oh, I hate that kid.
He's a shithead. Yeah, that shit's funny. So next on our list, I feel like it's important to talk about because
Okay.
we talk about music quite a bit on here, and I make music. Dylan, you make music with me.
Yes, sir.
We're all appreciative of rap and the culture with it.
Yeah.
The rap.
And honestly, I didn't really hear about this. I heard about this, and I didn't know who this person was because I'm such an uncultured swine. But after like listening to them afterwards and listening to other people talk about this guy, like this is a shitty story. It sucks. Nipsey Hussle
Ooh. Okay.
was he's a rapper, or he did a lot of work with like Snoop Dogg, and then as he got more popular, like Kendrick and stuff like that. A really talented artist. last month on the 31st, so the end of March, he was shot outside of Marathon Clothing, a place in LA, multiple times, and he died.
Yeah, he actually owns it.
Does he really own it?
Yeah.
Okay, see.
Damn.
So I don't know too much about the investigation at this point. Like I don't know about, so they usually keep that pretty wrapped up. But yeah, a lot of people, especially Snoop Dogg. I follow Snoop Dogg on Instagram, and like his feed the past month has just been like, you know, is it remembrances of this guy and just like artwork and people paying homage to him. It really sucks. It's a tragedy that what happened. So I just kind of like, what do you think it is about hip hop and rap that promotes so much like tragedy to happen? You know what I mean? Because it's just like, it's one of the most interesting art forms out there, and there's so many different forms of it. But you think about even its far back as like Tupac and Biggie, right? That's a tragedy in itself. They're super young, they die. And then like the past few years, Mac Miller, Lil Peep, X, like all these rappers are just are dropping either as a result of their own actions or, you know, something else. Like what do you think it is that's like causing this kind of shit to happen?
It's actually interesting that you bring this up, because me and my dad, after Nipsey, because my dad is who showed me Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, okay.
And it's interesting because I told him that, you know, I was like, yeah, he's dead. And he's like, damn, that, you know, it's tragic.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him the same question. I was like, I just don't understand what's going on. But we kind of talked, and it's a lifestyle, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like they're just rapping about drugs and shooting people for fun. You know?
Right.
Like, it's really what they come from and
Right.
what they know. Like,
Right.
they're writing on what they know.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lifestyle for him, man, and it's a lifestyle that's hard to get out.
Yeah.
You know?
Addiction's
I mean,
crazy.
Everyone's self-medicating.
Right.
So imagine, you know, like being angry, but you're always drunk or high. You know?
Right.
So it's like things are always skewed, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's just your lifestyle.
And I think when you come from those things and you see and experience things that are so horrible that no one else in the world experiences, and you rely on a substance, like you have to top it each time you use it. That substance, like, you know, it's, you know, people who do, like in Lil Peep's example, right? Like it wasn't even his fault. There was fentanyl in the drugs he took, but it's like,
Same with Mac Miller.
right, it wasn't even their fault. So these people who buy pill presses and put fucking fentanyl into these pills, like they know full well that they are reliant on these drugs to feel okay, and it sucks. And I think that rap music is what's the most popular right now, and so I almost feel like they're unrelated. I feel like they talk about these things like the struggle and where they coming up and everything, but I think that it's not necessarily the music and more like the environment that they grew up in and how they deal with that and how they weren't taught how to deal with pain.
Well, I mean, the music is very much a product of their life. You know, like I think they're writing from what they know.
Right.
So I'm not saying it's the music that makes them the, you know, these druggies.
Right. Exactly.
Like, I'm not gonna listen to a rap song and then go shoot someone.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
Like, that's
exactly.
not how it works.
I think that's.
They grow up in an environment completely different from us.
Mhm.
Like I've lived in suburbs all my life.
Exactly.
You know, I've been in one fight. Like, you know, Kendrick. I see him as a good rapper, but I don't see him as the hardest.
Right.
You know, and he still got, like, he said he went to the Compton swap meet and got the shit kicked out of him in front of his mom.
Uh-huh.
You know, so it's like, and that was like one of the least things. You know, they have homies dying. It's like,
Yeah.
there's so much that we just don't see.
Uh-huh.
And on top of that, rappers are like a majority African American men.
Right.
They are systematically oppressed and put in those places.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Exactly.
So it's like there's so much that goes along with rap and the culture and the people.
I think
it is just the culture.
I think people need to recognize that it's not that rap music is influential and people are inspired by it. Even in the stuff that's like 6ix9ine kind of stuff where there's not much depth to it. It's just kind of like get this sticky up, you know.
Just like,
but I think people need to recognize that just because you're a fan of rap music and you listen to it, or even if you're a fan of it and you live in those same situations as like Kendrick Lamar, and you know, like early Compton, like Snoop Dogg, he's from Long Beach, but like, you know, NWA and stuff, I think people need to recognize that even people from those places that listen to that kind of music, it doesn't automatically mean that they're influenced to do the things that are in the song. Like, that's just delusional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of people try and paint it as like this like horrible influencer on the youth, and it's like, well, that's just not the reality.
No, I'm not saying that either.
You know? Yeah, no, I know.
I think for that is their culture. It's where they grew up,
Mhm.
came from. But I don't think that people can evolve. Like
Yeah.
Schoolboy talks on that. Like black men especially are locked up before they can even expand their mind. He condemns gangbanging. He has a daughter, and he talks to her about feminist stuff. He wore a pink girl power shirt to the BET Awards.
Right.
Kendrick, he's completely sober, dude.
Yeah.
He has a drink like on special occasions. But
Yeah, or Vince Staples is completely straight edge.
yeah, same with Andre 3000.
Yeah. Just they don't,
He
and
took
not
a
saying that.
separate tour bus.
Really?
Yes. Like he doesn't drink.
Then the rest
he
of
doesn't
Outkast?
smoke. Yeah, he doesn't fuck. Nothing, dude.
Damn. So, yeah, and it's just like, I think that, but at the same time, there are rappers who, they drink and they smoke weed, and, I think, as long as they're safe and responsible, I don't think they should be condemned for that either.
No.
There's already such a polarization on marijuana and whatnot, and criminalization of it, that it's like, why? It's just what they do. It's what they know. It's not hurting anybody. So.
Have you heard about the war on consciousness?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I think this is really, really fucking interesting. So, some people have come forward and said that the government schedules drugs kind of randomly.
Mm.
They say they especially target drugs of consciousness, like psychedelics and weed.
Uh-huh. So when you
because-
say consciousness, you mean?
like mind expanders.
Oh, okay.
So like psychedelics and stuff.
Okay.
Because if you think like about the drugs that are a staple to our culture, it's alcohol,
Uh-huh.
cigarettes,
Uh-huh.
coffee. So it's stimulants and depressants. I mean, stimulants are boring as fuck.
Right.
They just like it doesn't do much. Alcohol is extremely bad for you. It's the only drug that you have to consume that much to get high.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
Like
That's a
it's
good point.
like the consumption to like potency rate.
Yeah,
is
like
Right.
marijuana, you
ridiculous.
just smoke and you're high, but like if you want to get drunk, you gotta drink a lot.
Right.
Yeah, you do.
And it's not like alcohol's good for you. That shit's bad for you.
And like
That's
all
pretty
drugs
crazy.
have a come down, but none like alcohol. Like when you're
Mm.
sick for a whole day, like
Yeah.
puking and
True.
shit. Like
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
and that's like a staple. Like we
Right.
tried
And
to
we're okay
ban
with it, right.
and we overturned it. you
Right.
know?
yeah.
So they say there's like we want to keep those drugs that allow us to expand our mind and really think about things critically, to keep us kind of complacent, obviously,
Mhm.
and make things that we wouldn't be okay with a little more okay.
Right.
So that's why they schedule psilocybin as no medical, like the drugs with no medical benefit. Same with weed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
That they talk about a war on consciousness.
Well, yeah, that's
Alcohol's overrated.
100%. I agree. I feel like getting drunk should be an accident, because like trying to do it is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like drinking.
Right.
I like
Oh,
beer,
100%.
I
I like whiskey.
yeah.
Whiskey man. You're a gin guy.
I am a gin guy. I like gin. I like whiskey. I love tequila a lot.
Really?
I'd say tequila is my favorite.
Gets it done.
Wine.
Gets the job.
Wine's the shit.
Yeah, he's a
Wine's
wine
really
boy.
good too.
Wine.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but I think wine drunks are different than different drunk.
A lot of
I
people
agree.
say that about tequila too.
Yeah,
I agree.
wine drunks are it's just a good feeling.
The only difference I notice in tequila is you'll take 4 shots, not feel anything,
Mhm.
and you take the 5th shot,
And
and then all of a sudden you're fucking plastered, dude.
Mhm.
The train hits you.
Oh yeah, dude, it does, and then all of a sudden you're falling down. You're like, fuck, what's going on?
Yeah.
Expect that.
So kind of back on this rap thing, I wanted to talk also about this aspect of this story because to me it's both funny and fucked up. So I'll kind of explain myself. Kodak Black is, at least recently, I mean, he's had a proclivity to do this, but fairly recently he's had a pretty bad track record with starting shit with people just because. And so I found this article, and the title of the article is Kodak Black Cements His Role as Hip-Hop's Supervillain. So,
Oh my god.
Supervillain.
So,
I would like to hear this.
So basically, this is kind of the reasoning here. So we'll start with kind of where I picked up on him starting to start shit. Young Ma, who's a lesbian rapper.
I think I know where you're going.
Yeah.
She's great. She's amazing. Like, she can spit. I love her music. It's fucking awesome.
I don't listen to her.
And Kodak was kind of. You gotta check her out. She's fucking dope. You gotta. So she posted a picture with like her and Nicki Minaj or something like that. And Kodak was like creeping on there, and then Young Mom did in like an Instagram live video was like, "Yo, he weird. This is a weird dude." Like, he was like, "Kodak's what the fuck?" And so then Kodak came at her and was like, "He's like, how you a woman you don't like your pussy penetrated?" Or some shit. That's a bad impression, but I was like, "Bro, what?" He was just like, so he started shit with her, and then shortly after he was like, Tupac and Biggie only legends because they died. Like, I'm better or some shit like that. I was like, what the? I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Chill.
I listen to
Chill.
his songs. I don't even know what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah, I know. I like his music, but it's like,
I
bro.
know.
I like
Like-
Testimony
I like a
is
few.
one of my favorites.
I like Transportin'. and-
Transporting, yeah. But you can't understand what he's saying. Like,
Exactly.
he can't enunciate or anything.
Like, what's that? ZZ.
That's what it is.
Oh, fuck
Like-
that song.
No, like, it was such a cool beat. I was hyped for
I know.
so long.
Oh, yeah.
I heard Travis, and I was like, alright, not like he just did the chorus. That seems like a Travis thing.
Yeah.
Then, what's his face? Offset went,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Or was it Takeoff? I can't remember.
Yeah.
One of
One
the
of
fucking
them.
Migos.
One of the
Wasn't
Migos.
Quavo.
Yeah.
And then I skipped the song after that.
Yeah.
Like, after he finishes, I don't even care.
I remember
Yeah.
seeing like that Twitter video of them like previewing it, and they're all like dancing in the studio.
Yeah, and I was like,
I
that's
oh,
hype.
shit,
Yeah.
this is gonna be
And then it
dope.
came out, and everyone was kind of disappointed, I think. And then he came. So then, after he said that whole Tupac thing, do you know who Michael Rappaport is?
Yeah.
He's like this white actor, comedian.
There's totally a kid outside skating. That is funny as fuck.
But see, he's got a helmet on.
I've
What a
seen
pussy.
like 4 kids eat mad shit.
That's amazing. But this guy, Rappaport, he came at someone else who said a similar thing about Tupac. Here's the thing: he made a documentary about Tribe.
Okay.
Here's the thing, dude. You can be a fan of hip hop and everything, and you can like know all about it, but he needs to at some point realize that like there's a limit to how connected you can be to that culture, and I don't like this fucking guy already because he's just like he's coming at these rappers who are sharing their opinion about other rappers. It's like, dude, it's okay if people like I disagree with Kodak, but like you don't like why he's just a fucking dum dum.
Yeah.
So then.
Well, that's the problem, man, is Kodak wouldn't be able to be making all this money and doing the thing that he's doing right now without Tupac.
Right.
Yeah.
He, like, all these guys that came before him, like, who was it? Like, Lil Xan was saying Tupac is boring.
Yeah.
It's like, he's a white kid,
Yeah.
first off.
Yeah.
And second
Face
off,
tats.
it's like, he wouldn't be able to do any of that shit without Tupac.
Yeah. I agree completely. It's
Like,
it's
you
I don't
start
understand it, bro.
somewhere.
You have to give respect where respect's due. Like, they
Yeah.
are trailblazers. And whether you like their music or not,
You have to
have
recognize.
to respect it. Like,
Right.
I love every Beatles song.
Right.
But dude, what they did for music is insane.
Right, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I agree completely.
I think a big one's Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Eminem
At least for the
catches a
white.
lot of slack.
oh, definitely. I
But-
think he's like a legend though. Like,
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely like.
He's one of the best rappers, I think.
And he did a lot for like I guess I don't want to say this, but like the white.
No. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
important.
sure,
I think
for
he
sure.
opened. I think because for me, like, I think that music is a universal language. I don't think it should depend upon race. And so, and I think that before Eminem, the idea that rap music was African American male
Yeah.
like
'Cause
only.
That's what it was.
Right,
before, like,
but it's
yeah.
like he was like, well, you know, I have my own trials and tribulations and shit. Like and he came up from some rough upbringings, you know, so he made it.
That's right.
So he opened the door up for a lot of those guys as well.
Well, I think it's interesting that you say like music is a universal language. I agree, and I agree that this separation of music, because they're even talking about that. Like there's a couple of breakout like black country stars
Yeah.
that have topped the charts recently.
Yeah.
Even with Lil Nas X's.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mix of like hip hop and country.
And so I think. I
banging.
think it's really funny, like this crossover. People are like losing their shit, but it's true. Music is a universal language. I think where it comes with rap, like there's so much history between African Americans in America that it makes it such a sticky situation.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Chuck Berry and
Yeah.
Little Richard, like these guys were Muddy Waters, like they're the roots of rock and roll,
Right.
and then you got guys like the Rolling Stones, and so like it shifted. It's very much a shift. Like rock and roll was very black music,
Right,
It
and
was
now it's
black music in the 50s, and then you had like Elvis Presley and the Rolling Stones, and it shifts to white people,
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
because
I
how
think-
many? Yeah.
I think that's what people worry about when they see all these white rappers, is like just this appreciation of black culture without caring about black people because they're still very systematically oppressed.
Yeah.
And
I
they
just
take
think-
so much from their culture.
Yeah.
I think
and
that
don't respect
if you take
people.
the format and make it your own, then there's a case for that.
Oh, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with white kids rap.
Right.
But it does, like, I see, like, why people are protective of
Oh,
it.
100%.
Like,
Yeah, that makes sense because it's like taking something that's so embedded in their culture that's that makes sense.
Well, it's like when I see a kid wearing Thrasher, but he doesn't skate.
Yeah.
There was a kid wearing a Thrasher like a Thrasher sweatshirt once, and I was like, "Oh, do you read the mag?" He's like, "It's a magazine." I was like, "Motherfucker! It says Thrasher magazine right under it. Like,
Yeah.
you don't even read your own
No,
fucking
yeah, there's-
sweatshirt."
That's a
Yeah.
good point. Like,
That's
There's
anytime I see someone wearing Thrasher, I don't skate, but I know that that's like a skating related thing. And
Right.
I see where you're coming from.
Well, and it's not like everyone that wears Nikes has to
Yeah, no,
play
of course.
basketball.
Yeah.
Like, you can wear Thrasher and be like, "Yeah, I read every month's issue," or "Yeah, I just go down to the skate park and take pictures." Like, if you're involved in the skate community in some way, wear Thrasher. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
But those kids that are just wearing it because they're like,
Hypebeast.
"Oh, yeah. They're like, "Oh, this is cool right now."
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
go fuck yourself.
Exactly. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you don't
agree.
understand the culture. Like, it's actually a cool culture. I wish you'd actually take some time to get to know it and
Yeah.
spend some time in it.
So,
Yeah, that's a good point.
to this Kodak thing,
Yo, sorry, but Tiger Woods won his first major golf
Let's
championship.
go.
I
Oh,
saw
over
that.
a decade.
I saw that.
I was
That's
watching
crazy.
it at work the past couple of days. And he was at 14th, and now he won. So
That's some crazy shit.
Tiger
He's
Woods.
What a
back.
comeback. He's back, baby.
he's back.
Man.
Fuck.
So how this ties into Nipsey Hussle here is Kodak went on Instagram and he was like,
Shit, that was a hard loop back. Dog.
yeah, sorry.
Damn.
But I like
in the sauce a little
no,
bit.
I love it. I love the conversation that came from it.
I'm gonna get more water.
Yeah. All right. Will you? It's in the fridge. Will you fill me up? Thank you, brother.
Yes,
So, he went on Instagram and he made a video. It was like live or something. I don't really know. It's not important. And he was talking to Nipsey Hussle's now widowed wife. I mean, this happened not very long ago. And he's like, I could be the best man for you. And he goes, I'll give her a year to mourn.
That's
What?
That's
I was like,
that's the line that you do
Yeah.
not cross.
right.
for
That's
real.
like, do
Yeah,
you have
he's
any
saying some real
respect?
fucked up shit. Like,
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna take care of her real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do you
I'll
have
give her a
any
year.
respect, dude?
Damn.
And so then T.I. came at him and was like, bro, check your shit. And he's still coming after Kodak, trying to get him to... Well, Kodak apologized, but
Good.
I don't know.
it's been left out.
Yeah,
no,
someone
I'm
left
not.
it,
No,
yeah.
it's all good.
So, yeah, that's kind of... I just think it's funny because it's like, dude,
Water's coming.
like, you're famous and people listen to your music and everything, but I'm pretty sure that it's universally known that it's almost a joke. Like, Kodak's famous, but it's almost a joke.
Yeah,
Like-
kind of like 6ix9ine. Like
Yeah.
he was famous because he was like
So
stupid.
fucking...
Yeah,
he was
that,
a dummy.
Yeah, he was that dumb rapper. But,
Right.
But hey, he got famous for it. So.
Right.
Like what's her name? Bahabi.
Bad Baby?
Yeah. Spells are weird. But, like...
Bahad Bahavi.
But, fucking, the only reason she's famous is because, she was on Dr. Phil and was... Catch me outside.
But I'll tell you what though. I have like a lot of her songs on my playlist.
I wanted to go to her concert.
I did too.
Lit.
I did too.
I don't like her.
It's just like
at first
it's just like okay.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be like, you know what I could really go for some right now, some Bad Baby.
Yeah.
But
like if someone puts it on, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I actually think it's kind of interesting, like rapper, like I think Kodak and like 6ix9ine, their careers would fade off if they weren't constantly starting.
Yeah.
You know, like they're always involving more famous people, like attacking them and being like, oh well, fuck this guy, and then it's like, if that guy decides to respond, it's like, oh, he actually responded.
Yeah. It's like
some
Trippie.
dude
It's like
music
Trippie
we
Red
actually
6ix9ine.
listen to is talking about this guy.
Yeah.
So let's.
It's like Trippie Red and 6ix9ine. Like Trippie Red's like a legitimate artist. Like in my opinion, he's super talented.
Yeah, like
I fucking love his music.
He's actually an artist.
Like he's actually got talent, and it's like 6ix9ine is like. It's just like fucking ridiculous.
I'm stupid. I'm not stupid.
And he's like, he acts like, he's like, dude, the best part about this whole 6ix9ine deal is he gets on like his soapbox about being fucking this gangster ass New York dude. Fucking, he comes at all these rappers, he's like, I'll give you smoke. But the moment that he's in trouble and faces life in prison, he fucking snitches everyone out, bro. It's like, you can't even act like you're hard, bro.
He, in like the courtrooms and shit, he was like, oh yeah, this is all just a front. I'm just trying to do this for the fame. Like, that's what he was saying to all like, the
Fucking hell,
judges.
dude.
But they got his ass.
One thing that I'm gonna say about 6ix9ine that I like is how he went to jail, or went to the jail, and put Bobby Shmurda out of his trash.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he put what song is it?
That's actually kind of sick.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, stupid.
And it's Bobby Shmurda rapping from the jail phone.
That's
pretty dope.
And I was like,
it's fucking great, dude.
Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda is like,
dude,
I love that guy.
they're locking up Bobby Shmurda.
2020, he's out.
Really?
2020.
Oh fuck yeah! And then TK.
You know,
I don't think TK's ever getting out.
You know, Shmurda's just
YNW
What
Melly.
happened to TK?
He
killed 2 people.
Yeah, and then
Nice.
but he he like put it in a song or something, and he profited from it. So somehow it made his case even worse. Like it fucked him over.
He made the race while he was running from the cops.
Yeah.
So it was like, he was kind of just like saying "fuck you" to their face.
Yeah.
While he was,
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. And then like YNW Melly, that to me is upsetting because I like his shit slaps. His music, in my opinion, his music was fucking dope.
He got a really good lawyer. He got some other rapper off with manslaughter.
Yeah, but it's just like, but when you hear about what he did and everything, I don't care. Like, God bless them and their families, but I want to listen to that music.
Yeah.
Faces on his t-shirt and his family's
traumatized. Dude, that shit went platinum when he got arrested.
Really?
When he was put in jail and they're like, oh, he's a murderer and everything. That song shot up.
Honestly, that's such a good song. I don't like when he tries to rap, but like he's
very soulful.
Behind the song, like listening to the lyrics. Like it's I don't know.
Like that's I feel like that's more of an R&B song, but like that's a crisp song, man.
That's a dope song. And
Kodak,
fucking
man.
Blue Balenciagas, fucking
Freddy Krueger.
Mixed Personalities.
Mixed Personalities is a good one. I like that one. Kanye.
So good one. Yeah, with Kanye.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're
I don't really respect Kodak for that. Especially because Nipsey Hussle was such a person for the community.
Yeah.
He gave so much back to the black community. How much has Kodak done?
Exactly.
You know, like, that's what I'd be curious to see. How much has he done for his community and where he comes from?
He's honestly like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like I
Seeing all
guarantee you,
this
it's
trouble.
next to nothing.
That's I don't understand. Like I feel like the most underrated people are the people who are like the nicest and most pure of heart and give back to where they came from. And then, but the most popular people are just like utter pieces of shit. Not all of them, but it's like you think like Kodak, even Bad Baby. Like she's fucking trash, dude, as a person.
But yeah,
well, it's actually interesting. I've heard that argument before. It's kind of like Machiavellian. and the fact that it's like people that are assholes don't feel bad about being selfish. That's why they usually get what they want. That's why you see a lot of assholes.
That makes sense.
And stuff like that. Nice guys are willing to give and share and compromise, and they may be on the groundwork and never
Right.
seen.
There's a saying, nice guys always finish last. Nice guys always finish last.
Nice guys always finish last.
There we go.
I think that has
But
to
yeah.
do with getting pussy, though.
But I feel like it works for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Nice
I
guys
feel
always
that.
finish
Well,
last.
and I don't think you have to be an asshole to get what you want, but there
Right.
is like, even Machiavelli talks about it. There's a fine line, like to keep shit in check.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be feared, but you can't be
You don't
an
want to
asshole.
be. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, so it's kind of this.
You can't just
Yeah.
let
I
people
think
walk
Tupac
over
does
you.
it really
but-
well. Like, he's got songs like "Keep Your Head Up," but he's still got "Hit 'Em Up."
Right.
You know, like there's so much love in one and so much anger in the other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree. Man, that's crazy shit.
Fuck.
This has been our longest episode.
Sick,
Really?
dog.
We're at an hour and a half.
Damn,
Shit.
didn't even feel like that.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
we didn't.
We had some great conversations. We didn't have like any silence or anything. And we went through my entire list, man. We talked
Yeah.
about everything I wanted to talk about. So this has been really a fucking fantastic episode. We had a
banger.
guest feature in the middle there, of course.
Yeah,
God
good
bless.
beer.
God bless.
Thanks for having me.
Corbin, I feel like I talk a bit too much. Would you like to help me out here in our outro and just kind of wrap everything up here?
Well,
Fucking outro.
that does it for episode 4. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Room202
Podcast?
Podcast
Mm-hmm.
and YouTube
At
Uh,
Room 202 Podcast?
at Room202 Podcast and SoundCloud
Mm-hmm.
at Room202.
Yeah, so we just...
You got-
There's no escape from this
No.
podcast.
No, there's no escape.
Well,
I officially got myself to be not a little lazy shithead. I got all 3 of the previous episodes on
Up there.
YouTube, and so it'll be a weekly thing where I get it on YouTube and SoundCloud. I'll probably get YouTube first just because most people don't usually use SoundCloud. But fucking, we got a Twitter, like Corbin said,
Twitter,
Instagram.
Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud.
We'll post
everywhere.
updates and all that shit.
Just, like, quick plug for Ravenous Roni, the latest song.
Yeah.
I'm in it. Dude, holy fuck, it's my best work. I
Fire.
think it's Jake's best
By
work.
far.
I think Roman's so prolific in the way he writes. He writes lyrics in like 5 minutes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. And it's so long. Like, I'm taking like 15 minutes and I spit for a little bit, and he's just 5 minutes like.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's it takes practice, but I gotta say, I'm gonna assist Dylan in this plug here. Dylan, by far, this is his best work. The final bar is
Sick, dog.
that just leading out of the song. The final few bars that Dylan spits are so, like, just so well written and well done. So please, Ravenous Roni on SoundCloud, go give it a listen, man. It's called Signed, Sealed, Delivered. Dylan's in the beginning, middle, and end. He does a kick-ass job.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, that's, is there anything else you kind of want to plug or?
Yeah,
Talk about?
skate fast, eat ass, have you some fun.
Yeah.
Don't take shit so serious.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
All right. Well,
Well, that's
for Room 202, let's just do this real quick. I'd just like to thank Dylan. He was here since Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Just up from Utah. He's one of my dearest friends, and I had to have him on, and I just want to thank him for coming on.
Yeah.
Taking an hour and a half out of his day to do this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
And whenever you got the opportunity next, we'd love to have you back on.
Yeah, dude.
just hop
It's
on.
a great time. And I'd like to thank Nathan again for coming on.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to have both of you. For Room 202, I'm Roman Bolin,
I'm Corbin Johnson.
and we will see you next time.
When you're bored and have nothing to do,